I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. On September 20, 1918, Father Pío of Pietrelcina received the stigmata of Christ. The account of the appearance of the stigmata was given by Father Pío himself 3 years later in 1921 and is contained in a book written by the Italian Francesco Castelli entitled Father Pío Under Interrogation, The Secret Autobiography. Father Pio says in that book that on September 20, 1918, after the celebration of Mass, while he was giving thanks in the choir, I was suddenly seized by a tremor. Then calm came over me, and I saw our Lord in the attitude of one on the cross, but did not see if he was holding the cross. Jesus was lamenting the poor correspondence. Father Pio continued, saying, it was evident that he was suffering and desired to associate souls with his passion. He invited me to enter into his sufferings and meditate on them, and at the same time to take care for the health of my brothers. I immediately felt filled with compassion for the Lord's suffering and asked him, what can I do for you? And I heard this voice, I associate you with my passion. Immediately after the vision disappeared, I came to my senses and I saw the signs of blood flowing from them. I hadn't had them before. Father Pio's account was given in response to some of the 142 questions posed to him by Bishop Carlo Raffaele Rossi in 1921 on behalf of the Holy Office, a Vatican dicastery that years later would become the current Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. Bishop Rossi also examined each of Father Pio's wounds and asked him for details. Monsignor Rossi was able to appreciate how the wound on the side, for example, frequently changed its appearance and at that moment had assumed a triangular shape never observed before. Father Pio was examined with all his wounds, and regarding his wounds, Father Pio gave him precise and detailed answers, also explaining that the wounds on the feet and side had an iridescent appearance. After the examination, Monsignor Rossi wrote that the stigmata in question are neither the work of the devil nor a gross deception, nor a fraud, nor a malicious or evil art, less a product of external suggestions, nor do he considers them to be the effect of suggestions. Bishop Rossi's investigation began on June 14, 1921, and lasted 8 days. After this, he was able to confirm that the distinctive elements of the true stigmata would be found in those of Father Pio. He was also able to smell a special perfume emanating from the wounds, a fact that helped him confirm this fact. Bishop Rossi also wrote that Father Pio was very gentle, much loved by his superiors for being a great example and not a murmurer. He dedicated between 10 and 12 hours of day to confessions and celebrated Mass with extraordinary devotion. Although stigmata are wounds, they do not scar. Even when they are treated, they do not become infected or decompose. They do not then degenerate into necrosis. They do not have a bad odor, and they bleed constantly and profusely. The stigmata are also an exact reproduction of Jesus' wounds according to the studies of the Holy Shroud, which according to tradition wrapped Christ's body. Today, thanks to the miracles attributed to Father Pio, he is the Italian saint who attracts the most devotees worldwide, because he knew from a young age that with God we always win.